Good morning students. Today we are going to see about the concept of round robin algorithm. So before going to round robin algorithm, just we can recall it. This topic comes under what? Unit 4, that is Q. Q everybody knows, first come first serve. So last come last serve. So in that we have seen the various types of queue, circular queue, priority queue, like that. So round robin algorithm is also one of the type. So the name round is itself saying this is nothing but the circular queue. Okay, what do you mean by circular queue? Circular queue is nothing but your friend position is connected to the rar, that is rar is connected to the friend, so it should be look like this one. Okay, in that where we are going to use round robin algorithm, ma'am? No, nothing but suppose normally you just take it as a CPU. So CPU, central processing unit. So in that we are going to give some process. So everybody knows what do you mean by process? Process is nothing but it is a representation of the basic unit of work implemented in the system. So process is nothing but some work, some program execution. It may be whatever. It may be you are running a C language, you are doing the paint, you are playing the games, whatever you are doing in the system, that is comes under the process. Okay, that should be considered as a unit of work. So what do you mean by scheduling? Scheduling is nothing but we are going to allocate, we are going to schedule it. For example, I am asking bring your record, those who are completed, so please bring your record. So you are bringing record one by one. So those who completed first is coming to the first person. So what I can do? So I can take the first whoever came that record and I can correct it. Okay, so this is for the scheduling. So in the same process, how the system is going to consider, how the circular queue is doing the back end of your operating system. That's the concept we are going to see in the round robin algorithm. So simply, if anybody asking during Viva, if anybody asking what is round robin algorithm, you people should be able to say that is nothing but what. So we are we know the circular concept, we know the queue concept. So how this circular queue concept is implemented in the OS, how it is going to be performed in the back end of your operating system. This is what the round robin algorithm. Here we have CPU have 5 states. So what is the state? In the sense stack, ready, running, waiting and terminate. So what do you mean by stack, ma'am? Stack is nothing but, so I am going to create one process. For example, so I am going to, this is nothing but the process creation. You can say creation, simply you can say the creation. So I am going to execute the C language, that is one process, P1. So next one I am going to do the painting, that is second process. This is nothing but the unit of work done by the CPU. What do you mean by ready? So first I preferred for the C program execution, second I preferred for the paint. So here in the order, this is your first, this is your second. So ready is nothing but what? Which is ready? Now P1 is ready, not P2. P1 is ready state. So ready is nothing but which process is ready in the queue. So ready in the queue. So next one, so it is ready, so the process 1 is going to running. So it's nothing but process running currently. So now currently which process is running? P1. P1 process is nothing. P1 is nothing but what? C compiler execution. Okay, next one, what do you mean by waiting, ma'am? Now who is waiting? P2 is waiting because the first process C is not completed yet. So painting is unit of work is waiting. Okay, this is for example, for understanding purpose I took. One is a compiler execution, another one is painting. You can choose whatever you want in your CPU. Okay, so waiting is which are all waiting in your queue. Okay, so next one, termination. So if process 1 is completed, so what will happen? The process 1 is completed. So what will happen? Automatically this state will be, the name itself saying round robin, it is going to circular. This comes under the circular queue. So what will happen? This one again and again it will repeat until the process is going to finish in the CPU scheduling. Okay, is there any doubt? So what will happen? Round robin algorithm is nothing but what? It is a concept comes under the circular queue. So the round robin algorithm is depending only upon the CPU scheduling. In computer, how it is going to schedule using the queue concept, that to circular queue concept. So next one, 5 states you people will be ready. Stack, ready, running, waiting, terminate. So stack is what? Stack is nothing but the process creation. Initially the one process I am going to create it, that should be stored in where? Stack. So next one, ready. So you can ask, ma'am, you are saying this is a queue concept, why you are saying stack? Now so just we are getting into the stack, but we are not following any stack operation in the round robin. Round robin is fully depending upon your circular queue. So next one, ready. Which is ready? It's going to be in the, from the stack we are going to keep it in the queue. So next one, we are going to run the particular process. Then second, if any other process has come to the stack, that should be waiting. Then first process completed, it should be terminated. Again it will be be repeat. This is what the main 5 thing doing in the CPU. So okay, next, what do you mean by time quantum, ma'am? Is there any condition is there? Yes, if suppose in my CPU I am setting the time quantum, so what will happen, that the period of time of which a process is allowed to run. For example, I already said I have a 2 process, one is compilation, one is running, whatever it may be, whatever. So in my CPU scheduling I have some period amount of time. So what is the meaning of this one? Round robin algorithm, for every process we should give the chance. Okay, you are going to wait or whatever. So every process should have some chance to execute it. So here time quantum is nothing but depending upon your CPU. Suppose in my CPU I am setting the time quantum is already predefined. Okay, so I am setting the pre timers, I am setting 2 seconds. Means what? For example, the P1 needs 10 seconds to complete, P2 needs 8 seconds to complete. So here in my CPU I am going to process this 2 things. So my time quantum is 2 seconds. So what is the meaning of this one? So the time quantum is nothing but the period of time allocated for which the process is allowed to run for the multitasking system. So my system is going to do the multitasking. So what I am going to do, the first 2 seconds the P1 will be running. So remaining how many seconds we need? 8 seconds. So during this time what will happen, the process 1 is in waiting state. So next 2 seconds, while coming to the next 2 seconds, that is 1 second, 2 second P1, next 3rd second, 4th second P2, so next 2 seconds is going to perform the P2, that is nothing but the process 2. So what will happen if it is taking 8 seconds? So already 2 seconds over, so remaining 6 seconds, again it will come back to the process 1. So remaining 8 seconds, in the second of 5th and 6th P1 will be terminated. This is how it should be performed. The time quantum in Viva they are asking what do you mean by time quantum, in the sense the period of time for which a process is allowed to run in a multitasking system. Okay, this is what the time quantum. You can say, ma'am, you say first P1 will be finished, then only P2 will come. That is the thing CPU will do. If suppose the process 1 needs only 1 second, means what will happen? So suppose 2 seconds, the process 1 needs 2 seconds, means what will happen? Stack ready, so it will run, and the P2 is coming, it will terminate, then it will go back to the stack position as like a P2. So time quantum is nothing but we are giving some limits for every process, we are giving some chance to work on it. Okay, this is what the time quantum. Okay, time quantum is nothing but what? Period of time which a process is allowed to run in a multitasking system. It is also, we can say, another name is time slice. The another name for this one is time slice. Maybe in 2 marks they will ask you about the defined time quantum, means you can write the time quantum is another name is called time slice. Okay, now ma'am, how the questions will be given in the exam, how we are going to generate, how we are going to get the finish the process. For example, before going to that one, you should know what are the 3 things. So process we already know, this is nothing but the unit of work. So how many process means, here I took a 2 example, P1 and P2, depending upon in example they will give 1 to 5, 10, 6, whatever they want. Arrival time, what do you mean by arrival time? Normally arrival departure, you can hear this word, you can aware of this word. Arrival means when it is started. Okay, so this is nothing but the when it is going to start it. Okay, next one, burst time. Burst time means how much time the process needs. Suppose I have P1, P2, I already said this needs 10 seconds, this needs 8 seconds. This is nothing but a burst time. So process is nothing but what? Process is nothing but we can say how many processes will be waiting, P1, P2. Arrival time is when it is started. Burst time is each process, that is how much time each process needs. For example, P1 needs 10 seconds and P2 needs 8 seconds. Okay, now how the questions will be. So this is how the questions will be. So question they gave us here 5 process, it may be whatever. So C program execution, paint, game, whatever, it's depending upon the unit of work performed in your CPU. So here process 1, it is going to, when it is going to hit arrival means when it is going to start 0th second. So next P2 will start as 1st second. So next P3 second, P4 3rd, P5 4th second. This is nothing but what? Hitting. The process 1 is running, so immediately after the second P2, that is process 2 is going to give request by the user. This is how the arrival time, burst time. The process 1 needs 4 seconds, process 2 needs 5 seconds, like that I am giving how much time it is need. Okay, so for example, how to solve this thing, ma'am? For example, I am setting the time quantum as 2. In my CPU scheduling, I am going to giving us time quantum 2. So, you people already know what do you mean by time quantum. So, time quantum is the period of time allocated to my CPU to give chance to the everyone. So, here first of all you should know this all the things, totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, totally 7 things you should be remembered. So, what we are going to do here, so process number is how many process in question paper I gave, that is P1 to P5, just write it here, P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. So, arrival time, what is the arrival time I gave it here? So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, next to next it is going to arriving. So, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, next one burst time. So, burst time what are the thing they gave? 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. So, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. So, next one, what do you mean by remaining burst time, ma'am? So, already I said, so here remaining burst time, what will happen? So, already what is the time quantum I gave? Time quantum is nothing but I gave us 2 seconds. Time quantum is nothing but 2 seconds. So, what will happen? To complete the process 1, it needs 4 seconds, but time quantum I gave us here 2 seconds. So, what do you mean by time quantum? For every process there is a period of time, so give chance to the each other process. So, what will happen here? It needs 4 seconds. So, initially process 1 at 0th time it is going to start. So, what will happen? I gave time quantum as 2 seconds. So, what will happen? 2 seconds, first 2 seconds is taken by the P1. So, it will be in now waiting state. First initially it should be in the start, ready, running. Next it should be in the waiting state. When it should be waiting state? After the time quantum 2 seconds completed, it should be go to the waiting state. So, what will happen? Of course, the next P1 will come. So, P2 will come. So, what will happen? First 2 seconds finished. So, remaining burst time how much? So, what will happen here? I am going to keep 2. Okay, so remaining how much we need? 1 more 2 seconds, then only the process 1 is completely going to end. So, now process 2. So, what will happen here? So, for example, I put it as a grand chat. So, first one 0, first 2 seconds P1 is going to be in the part. First 2 seconds P1, I already said time quantum is nothing but giving chance to every process by giving some time limit for each and every process. So, 0 to 2 seconds. So, next one of course the next process is what? P2. So, here P2 will come. So, P2 is next 2 seconds. 2 plus 2, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 seconds. So, what will happen? It needs totally 5 seconds, but it completed up to 2 seconds. So, next one what will happen? After this of course the P3 will come. P3 will get the 2 seconds. So, what will happen? Already 4 seconds completed plus 2 is 6 seconds. Totally it needs how much? 2 seconds. So, process 3 is completed now. So, what will happen? Process 3 is completed because it needs only 2 seconds. So, next come to the P4. P4 how many seconds we need? 3 seconds depending upon the time quantum. Next 2 seconds in the OS given only performance to the P4. So, 8 seconds. So, it took 2 seconds, remaining 1 second is there to complete. So, next one. What do you mean by P5? P5 is the next process. It needs only 1 second, but the system is going to give 2 seconds, but within 1 second it is going to finish. So, what will happen? P5, I already said each and every process the time quantum is 20 seconds, but P5 needs only 1 second. So, what we are going to do? So, just 1 second it is going to finish. Just add it here 1 second. You can ask, ma'am, you only said 2 seconds. 2 seconds is the time limitation, but the process 5 needs only 1 second, means within the 1 second itself the P5 is going to finish. Okay. Now, come back to the process 1. So, what will happen? Remaining already 2 seconds finish. How much second is remaining? Remaining 2 seconds is there. So, what will happen? After completing all the process, again it will come round robin. Again it will come and check each and every process. So, what will happen? Process 1. So, process 5 completed, again round robin process 1. So, process 1 completed 2 seconds, remaining 2 seconds they need. So, what will happen here? I am going to keep remaining 2 seconds. So, here 9 means 10, 11. So, here 11th second P1 is completely getting finished. So, next one P2, already 2 seconds finish, but according to the burst time, P2 needs 5 seconds, remaining how many seconds? 3 seconds or 3 seconds we need, but here according to the CPU scheduling, we can do only within the 2 seconds. So 11 plus 2, how much? 13 seconds. So here 2, totally 4 seconds finished. Is that P2 finished? No, one more second is there because 5 seconds it needs. So go to the P3. P3 needs any seconds? No, already it is completed, put 0. Okay, next one P4. P4 needs one more second, already they completed 2 seconds. According to the burst time, it needs 3 seconds. So what will happen? The next is P3 finished. So P4, according to the CPU scheduling, we can give 2 seconds, but now P4, the remaining second is only 1. So 13 plus 1, 14th second, the P4 is going to complete. So P5 is already completed. So what will happen? Here I am going to keep 0. So again it will come and check to the round robin algorithm. So P1 finished, put 0. So P2, one more second we need it, right? So here I am going to write P5. So according to the CPU scheduling, each process can take only 2 seconds, but here already 4 seconds finished, only 1 second needed. So 14 plus 1, 15. So what will happen? P2 also now finished. Now P3. P3 needs any seconds? No, P3 already finished, 0. P4 already finished, 0. P5 already finished, 0. This is how we are going to perform. One more time I will explain. So what will happen? So you should know what is the process number, what is the arrival time, burst time. First 3 will be given in the system itself, that is question itself. Next one, remaining burst time. How many remaining burst time we need to complete? So remaining burst time is how many time need to complete the particular process. So next one, completion time. Completion time, how many times it will take to complete the particular thing. So next one, we are going to see about this one. So which one? So completion time is how much time? The completion time you can write with the help of this one, Gantt chart. Okay, so next one we can go with this one, waiting time. How much it was waited? It needs only 4 seconds while all the process is a round robin algorithm until how many time it is going to wait. So next one, turnaround time. I will tell you what is turnaround time. The first of all, we should just recall it. So what is the meaning of this one? This is process, this is when it is going to start, how much time it needs. Okay, so next one, remaining burst time. If you understood the remaining burst time concept, so everything is very easy. Okay, so what we are going to do first time quantum. Time quantum is the time period given to the each process to give chance to the every process. So my OS, I am going to give the time quantum as 2 seconds. In question paper also they will give you. For example, if you want to practice by yourself, you can increase it or you can decrease it depending upon yours, but don't use 1 second. It may be more than 1 second. Okay, so what will happen? Remaining burst time. So here initially process 1 is arrival at the 0th rate, so it is starting at the 0th rate. So only 2 seconds I already said in the time quantum. So P1 is 2 seconds, so remaining 2 seconds will be there. So like the next fifth one, P2 needs 5 seconds, next from 2, 3, 4, 2 seconds P2 will be standing, so remaining 2 seconds, so here 2 seconds completed. Okay, so remaining seconds should be note down in your mind, or else you can note down in the separate sheet in your answer sheet. So next one, P3 is starting from the 4, so it needs 2 seconds, so 4, 5, 6, 2 seconds it is finished, so P3 is completed. So next one, P4 needs 3 seconds, it is going to start at 6, 8, remaining 1 second is there. So remaining next one, P5 needs only 1 second, so already time quantum is 2 seconds, but P5 needs only 1 second, so leave as it is. Oh, so 8, 9, the first second it is going to finish. So again turnaround time, so already P2 finished, P5 finished, P3 finished, P5 finished, just check it again. So P1 remaining we need 2 seconds, so next P1, so P2 needs 2 seconds, so 2 seconds, P3 already completed, P4 needs only 1 second, so here we are giving P4 13 plus 1, 14. So next one, P5 is already finished, again turnaround time, already P1 finished, so P3 finished, P4 finished, P5 also finished, so remaining P2 only is there, it completed up to 4 seconds, remaining 1 second is there, so here I am keeping P2, 14 plus 1, 15. Now what is meant by completion time? In which time the process is completed, just check here. So P1 here is there, any other P1? Yes, here. So on 11th second P1 is get completed. So what we are going to do here, I am going to keep P1 11th second. So here I am going to keep as 11th second. So next one, P2. P2 when it is completed on the 15th second. So here I am going to keep it as P2 completed at 15th second. So next one P3, when it is completed, initially it is get completed, so it is taking only 6 seconds. So next one P4, when P4 completed on 14th second, so here I am keeping as 14. So next one P5 get completed at 9th second, either P5, no, 9th second P5 get completed. So next one waiting time, how much time it is waited. So what we are going to do, we are going to minus your completion time and the burst time. It needs only 4, but it is completed takes 11 second, right? So we can minus it, we can get the waiting time. So 11 minus 4, so totally here we are getting 7. Next 15 minus 5, it's waited about 10 second. 6 minus 2, 4 second. 14 minus 3, 11 second. 9 minus 1, 8 second.